Hello and welcome to Obey the Dachshund Movie Review. This is where Liebchen the Dachshund and Achilles the Human rents, watches, and reviews movies for you. Today we'll be reviewing Grabbers, an Irish horror movie. The premise is of one that every classic horror buff knows and loves. An alien crash lands near a small rural community and begins terrorizing people.
In my opinion, this was a pretty decent movie. It was thrilling, funny, and pretty campy. But I still felt like it was missing something.
Oh, and what might that be?
Blood. This movie has PG-13 written all over it. It's a European film that has never been released in America, so the Nazis at the American Film Association never gave it a rating. But...
Nazis, really? You don't think that's a little... you know?
What? Because Dachshunds are from Germany, we can't make Nazi jokes like everybody else?
No, because you're the self-appointed leader of your own militia.
I could make you disappear. Anyways, the fans used to campy horror films like Dead Alive, Evil Dead, and Bad Sheep, where the blood flows like rain. There might be a sense of disappointment with this one.
I can see what you mean, Liebchen, but I still think this movie has a lot to offer. It still follows the campy contraptions that you see in so many of our favorite horror movies.
True, I can't say I didn't like the movie. There were some great scenes and real thrills. I know you were laughing through most of it. I also think the acting was excellent.
Ah, yes, the acting. Richard Coyle and Ruth Bradley did an excellent job in this movie. The chemistry between those two really carried the plot. You see, the alien in this movie feeds off blood, so there's only one real thing you can do. Poison your own blood. With alcohol. That's right. In order to stay alive, you have to get smashed.
I think I used that excuse in college a few times. Come on guys, bloodthirsty aliens are trying to kill us. The only way to stop them is to go on a bender.
See, Coyle has to stay sober because he's the only one that knows the town to be able to get around and defend from this alien. Whereas Bradley gets a little liquored up, despite the fact that she's a bit of a prude, because if anything happens to Coyle, then they still need a town police officer or guardian to step in and take control of the situation.
It's a classic plot device for a reason. Watching those two interact was hilarious. Humans really do look pretty ridiculous when they get drunk and end up drooling all over the place.
Yeah, that brings me to another interesting aspect of this movie. So many horror movies throw sex in your face as if it's a last-ditch effort to grab your attention when the plot is obviously just falling apart.
Horror movies are particularly notorious about that. There was a time where you couldn't watch a horror without seeing a naked woman running around. And let's be honest, without your clothes on, you bipeds look pretty ridiculous. All pink and wiggly. I always felt it detracted from the intensity of the horror. It's really just silly.
Right. Well, this movie managed to step away from that without having to lose that sexual tension between the two main characters. And I have to really credit Ruth Bradley for this. She managed to create a sensual drunk without hamming it up or coming off pathetic. She was a woman, she was inebriated, and she didn't have to take off her clothes to get what she wanted. I'd say that was pretty impressive, at least comparing it to movies these days. And it was well crafted and well put together.
Whatever. I just thought it was nice not to have to sit through your kind's ridiculous mating rituals.
Okay, moving on. This movie overall was fun and dynamic. It might not satisfy the needs for every horror junkie, lack of blood and thereof, but it still was worth your time and definitely an entertaining watch. What would you say that we should give this, Liebchen?
I'd say it's worth 4 out of 5 tail wags.
Well, there you have it. 4 out of 5 tail wags. The shortest movie reviewer in the world has spoken.
Shortest? Really? I could have my men cut you in half.
Still be taller than you.